Good evening to all our chapter members, associates, and our section leaders. My name is Eric Cheris, president of the Desert Chapter, and I welcome you to our summer meeting for 2020, a little different look than normal. I hope you and your families are healthy and safe during these unprecedented times. I want to thank all of our section leaders in providing a great bi-weekly webinars to keep us all up to date with the COVID updates. They provided great speakers, and I think we all appreciated this time. We will be having our first chapter tournament since the restrictions at Sunrise Country Club July 6th with 12:30 tee times, and we have a full field of 24. Why 24? We own 24 carts. Mr. Letz will discuss that more later. I also want to welcome Josh Garber to our board, Desert Chapter. He's taken over for Thomas Fowler, who has left our desert, and we welcome him on our board. So I know we all have challenges heading into the fall season, and I wish we had answers for you, but one thing for sure, we belong to a great organization, the PGA of America. With all our section leaders, we will continue to grow and overcome for a better tomorrow. So as we get going on our meeting tonight, I just want you to know we have a question box down at the bottom. If you have a question, please enter that in the question box down below. Tonight's agenda. We'll approve the minutes. We'll do our committee reports. We have our section leaders to discuss with us. And then we'll do old business, new business, and any questions at the end. So we'll start with the approval of the minutes. So if I could have a motion to approve the December 2nd annual meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Any concerns on it? Everybody got it delivered to them, so. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So we'll start with the committee reports and start with the vice president's report.
Thank you, Eric. I'd like to welcome everybody to the summer meeting. It is a little bit different look than normal, but hope everybody is safe and that everybody is kind of managing their way through this kind of crazy time that we're all living through. If I could get the next slide, please. One more, please.
Next one.
And one more. I just want to do a quick little update on the financials for the Desert Chapter. You can see there on the slides that the tournament account has some extra money in it for this year for extra payouts. We're at about $2,283. And then the general fund is at $20,113. That is, as of right now, there are some expenses that will be coming out of that, including some tournament supplies for being COVID-19 safe for some upcoming events that Mr. Letz will talk about later if he's able to get on. Then on the next slide, we do want to give an employment report. We currently have 318 members and associates in the Valley. That's down a little bit since first of the year. We were about 350. So we have had some members and associates leave the area. Just as a reminder, if you have switched jobs or are in a different position, please make sure your employment information is up to date on the website. Through your online login through pga.org or by doing a hard copy and sending that into the section office. And that's everything I have to report now. So I'll pass it on to the junior chair, or not the junior chair, the associate chair, David Curtis.
Good evening, everybody. So just as you can see here, we do have 35 associates. We are a little down once again because everybody tends to shuffle jobs. They move out of the Desert Chapter. We have a low of suspensions, as I can remember, ever since I started into the program, of 4. And this might be due to it. The PGA announced back in the end of March that they put an extension on the current level that you are in. So maybe that helped out with the suspensions. But anyways, so the associates have more time to finish their bookwork and level to get the PGA member. And I am looking to also start up a little bit of a networking group for the associates. And if there's anybody on the line right now, take down my email. It's at the top there underneath my name, drcurtis@pga.com. Email me, let me know exactly if you need any help on some questions, or if you're stuck on something, I'll be happy to help you out or do my best to point you in the right direction to get that answer taken care of. So just once again, just want to get these associates to become members. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Curtis. So junior golf report, Jack McConnell.
Hello, everybody. Well, as you may have experienced and certainly have experienced, it's been a very crazy year. Junior golf was set to go full speed, and in March, everything fell apart. At that, Junko Suzuki from PGA headquarters has updated me, and they're anticipating a renewal of everything coming soon here. But at the same time, they have a new family program that she really wants to highlight, PGA Family Cup. And it's a pilot program. They're trying to get it out there into the clubs. But just like junior golf events, it'll be a family event. One day, multi-day, more news to come on that. But in the meantime, junior golf, we're trying to get some things going here. Who knows with this second wave, what's going to happen. But if you have questions, my email address is right there on the screen. Go ahead and get in touch with me, and let's try to get some things going for our juniors. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jack. So next up, education report, Barry Clayton.
Hello, everyone. I don't think you can see me, but I'm hoping my slide is up. It's a good thing you can't see me. I'm in Michigan, sitting here in my underwear, drinking a beer as I talk. But that being said, as far as education, obviously we had all kinds of great things on the horizon, and this COVID hit, and now we can't get near each other. But I think, as you see on the slide there, July 17th and 18th, we are going to have our first, I guess you'd call it in-person seminar or training session. That'll be first tee. Charles Delory is having it over there July 17th and 18th. That's level 1 first tee training. That's going to get you 5 hours of education points if you are so inclined. And thanks to Nikki and the people at the section for getting that out for us. And then secondly, obviously, I think all the good education, the good seminars that have been coming out of the section. I mean, I think I've got 262 hours now. So with all this downtime, if you haven't seen all these emails, please stay up to date on it, because you're almost every week looks like you can get 5 to 10 hours. So anyway, that's about all I have to report, and I'll pass it back to our president, Eric.
Thank you, Mr. Clayton. Enjoy yourself up there.
Yes, sir.
So let's move over to media report with Colin Tucker.
So my goal right now is, obviously with everything changing by the day, just to keep everyone updated with our events as they come out, working with Simon on these new dates. So using our social media to announce those days and keep everyone in the loop with those things, and via email as well. We're at 224 followers on Instagram. That's SCPGA_Desert Chapter. And then we're also on Facebook at Desert Chapter PGA. So check us out there. And that's all I got. Just going to continue to update everybody.
Thank you very much. So moving on to sponsorship report with John Bircher.
Welcome, everybody. And as we all know, and we've already heard, it's been a challenge reaching out to business owners and those that are willing to sponsor during all of this. Right now, they're more on survival than sponsorship. But as you can see, if you have any information or you know of anybody that would be willing to and is willing to sponsor any event through the Desert Chapter, please have them contact myself. I am working on putting together and finishing up, if you would, different levels of sponsorship so that individuals know what they are getting for their dollars. And this is something that myself and the board are working on together. Once we get together in a room together with people, I am so over Zoom. Other than that, everybody stay safe and thank you.
Thank you, John, very much. So moving over to the tournament report with Simon Letz. I don't think he could make it tonight, but Alex is going to fill it in.
Yeah, Simon was unable to make it tonight. He's dealing with a new well being put in at Seven Lakes since the old one went kaput about 3 weeks ago. So he's dealing with that today. Just a couple things with the tournaments. The Desert Chapter will be following the section guidelines when it comes to hosting any sort of golf events. If you haven't had a chance to review the COVID-19 tournament best practices that the section has been following, the hyperlink there is on the slide right there. So if you would like to go check those out and see what precautions and preparation is being taken place during events, that has all the information, and we will be following exactly the same precedent the section has set out for us. If any of you have recently played at Monarch Beach or at Valencia yesterday in the senior junior, you got to see firsthand what a great job the section has been doing with making sure everything has been safe for all participants, and we're all doing our part during this tough time, but still being able to go out there and play golf and enjoy ourselves a little bit as well. So our ultimate goal is to make sure everyone stays safe during this time. So we are taking all the precautions. And one of the things we did, which was the same thing the section has done, which the Desert Chapter, we've used some of our money from the general fund to purchase some new flags, flag sticks, and the lift devices. And if I can get the next slide, please. You can see there those lifting devices, so that way they're attached to the flag sticks. So that way any event that we do put on will have that device to allow us to hold the ball, but then also be able to remove the ball without touching the flag stick or anywhere around there, around the cups. That way we can prevent the spread of COVID-19 and keep all participants safe. And so that will be at all events. One note on that, there was a few reports. I know Simon firsthand played at the event at Monarch Beach, and those devices are a little bit fragile. I wouldn't say they're super fragile, but you do just want to make sure if you are playing to lift those carefully. I know we can all get sometimes a little heated if we miss a putt or something like that. We need to make sure to take care of those devices because they are not cheap, and we want to make sure that they last throughout the whole summer and into the fall. So please just make sure to lift that lever gently when you're retrieving your ball out of the hole there. So just as kind of a little side note there. If I can get the next slide, please. And then Simon has been able to set up a few events as of right now. We have the individual Stapleford event at Sunrise Country Club this coming Monday. So thank you to Eric and the board there for allowing us to come out there and play. We are at maximum capacity right now of 24 golfers, since that is all the carts that we have over there at the moment. We also want to thank the Hideaway as well, who has donated the course to host our chapter championship in September on the 8th and 9th. So do mark your calendars there, and it is on Blue Golf if you'd like to go ahead and register. So we do want to thank Shane and his entire staff and their board over there for allowing us to come out there in September. Simon wanted me to ask everybody, if it is difficult right now, especially for private clubs, as to host events because everybody is being cautious with this pandemic that's going on. But if anyone does want to host an event, I know we're kind of struggling finding venues to host any sort of events this summer, and I know a lot of us would like to get out there and play. If anyone can host an event or would like to, please contact Simon or anyone on the board. get in touch with one of us. That way we can try to set something up so at least we can get out there and play a little golf and try to forget about everything that's going on in the world right now. We do have some dates available in July and in August that we're looking to try to put on some events. We also have the chapter match play the week of August 10th that we're still looking to confirm a venue for that. So I think that is just about it. Can I get the next slide, please? Oh, okay, and then this is these are some of the dates that we're looking to possibly host an event for the month of July. I know it's kind of short notice, but at the same time, we would like to play. I know there's a lot of people that would like to play as well. As we saw with the Sunrise event, it filled up quite quickly. So just want to reiterate that if anyone would like to host an event and have us out there and play a little golf, we would be much appreciative of it. And if you need to get in contact with one of us, Simon's email is on the slide, as well as if you want to contact anyone on the board, we'd love to get out there and play. And I believe that is about it. So thank you.
Thank you, Alex. So our newest board member, Josh Garber, with special awards.
Hi, everybody. I hope everybody's safe and healthy. I'm super excited to be a part of the team with the Desert Chapter Board. I'm going to be involved with the special awards. So I know we're going to get some information out to our members and our associates here really soon. But if you have any questions, please holler at me. But I'm excited to be a part of the team and looking forward to having a great season. Thanks.
Thank you, Josh. Welcome. And thank you for joining the board here. So at this time, I'd like to invite our Southern California PGA president, Mr. Tony Letendre.
Well, thanks, Eric, and good evening, everyone. It's always nice to be part of the Desert Chapter, having it been such a important part of my career for so long, and being a past president of that chapter. It's an honor to be with you guys today and girls this evening. So thank you for the time, Eric. Appreciate you and the board of directors for everything you guys are doing and for the opportunity to just say hello. I'll keep my report fairly brief because I know Tom, Nikki, and Jeff will go into more details as to what's happening in the section, but just a couple things that I'd like to say. You know, first, I think we owe a debt of gratitude to Tom, Nikki, and Jeff and the entire section team, and I want to say that publicly, and I've said it to every chapter now every chapter, just how lucky we should feel to have them at the helm of our section. Everything that they've done, everything that they've put together and communicating with us and keeping us all informed, we owe them a lot. So a nice public thank you to Tom, Nikki, Jeff, the entire team at the section office for everything they've done in this difficult time as we go through. You know, it's been said many times, and I've even heard it a little bit tonight, just how difficult the times have been, and just hopefully we can get through this together. And you know, I feel like every time we take a couple steps forward, we take another step back. And but I think in the end, we just need to gut it out and make sure that we keep golf at the forefront. You know, golf was one of the first activities to be invited back, is the first sport to be invited back, and it's because we were deemed a recreational activity. And it's important that I think we keep that terminology in our conversations, because as a recreational activity, you know, they are saying it's great for people to get out, and golf is definitely an area that we can easily socially distance from one another and be safe. But it's important that we make sure that our members and our golfers at our facilities are following the guidelines, because the last thing we want to do is have somebody come in and decide they need to close golf down. So, you know, I hope you'll share those guidelines with your leadership, with your members, with your golfing public. Excuse me. And I hope that, you know, we continue to follow those guidelines as best we can to keep golf open. I think we've all done a great job of that so far. And I encourage you, even though we keep having little minor setbacks, let's keep forging ahead and make sure we stay positive and recognize that not everybody has the same opinion as to what's going on with this. Some people think it's totally outlandish and all made up, and some people are absolutely petrified for their lives. And I think you have to respect both sides and just do what's right and err on the side of caution. So I hope we'll continue to do that and work together that way. You know, really, Tom, Jeff, and Nikki, they'll get into the nuts and bolts and details on some of the things and some of the latest announcements that are coming down the pipeline. But I hope you've joined us for the California-Nevada chat, keeping information. We've done a great job communicating with the Southern California Golf Association, with the Golf Course Superintendents Association, all of our allied associations, to really work together. And we've actually been almost a model for other sections in the nation because of that, and we're very fortunate to have those relationships. But I think it's made us stronger, and I think it's given us the opportunity to keep the information flowing and flowing out to you so you can stay informed. With that, Eric, all I'd like to say is that, I'll be on the call till the end. If there's any questions, if anybody wants to know what we're doing here at Dove Canyon, if anybody wants to know, any questions about section stuff, Tom, Nikki, Jeff, we're all happy to answer questions. We're always available. And just want to say thanks for letting me be on the call today and say hello to everyone. It's been a long time since I've been in the desert, but I definitely have my roots there, and it's an honor to spend some time with you, and thank you for inviting me back.
Thank you, Tony, very much. We appreciate you being on tonight. So next up, I'd like to invite our Executive Director and CEO, Mr. Tom Addis.
Thanks, Eric, and thanks to your board and everyone attending for having us this evening. It's always nice and a pleasure to attend the desert meetings, the desert chapter meetings, and discuss a few things. And there's certainly a lot to discuss. And Tony, thank you. We appreciate your compliments. And one thing we've said over and over again, we love what we do, and this is part of it. And it's been a challenge, as you all know. And Tony mentioned some of the resurgence as to what's going on out there in the community. And we have to even be extra cautious now and extra conscious of what's going on out there with bars closing. There's going to be more closures. And as Tony said, golf has been able to maintain a position in the community and setting an example. And thanks to all of you for taking that task well, it's not complete. I was going to say completing the task, but it's not complete. So thank you very, very much. You continue to set a great example, and we need to do that as we move forward. So thank you again. As was mentioned, we had our first two member events at Monarch, and then and this week at Valencia Country Club with really great fields. Unfortunately, we couldn't get everybody in. We've had a huge number on our waiting list, but we'll continue to provide the events, and hopefully everybody will have the opportunity to play when we get out there. One thing we just, it's not official yet, but one thing we needed to do, and we just did this afternoon with Max, is it looks like we're going to cancel the California State Open. I don't want to jump on Max ahead of time here, but since we're here, I thought I should mention that. That's scheduled in a couple weeks, and with everything going on out there in the community, and with a great number of outside California professionals in the field, we just felt it was best at this time. And Max and Stephen and Nikki and Jeff and I spent some time on the phone this afternoon and making that decision. So you'll hear more about that as time goes on. Another couple things that you've heard about or read, you read recently where the PGA Professional Championship was canceled for this year. Unfortunately, we had 11 who now will be unable to play and have the opportunity for the PGA Championship. What the PGA has done for the PGA Championship is taken the national points list, top 20 from the national points will participate in the PGA Championship at Harding Park. We do have Jeff Hart, who was in that list, but we will have one representative in the PGA Championship. So just upsetting everything, and it's unfortunate, and let's just hope that next year will be a good year. You're also going to read formally, you've heard it a number of times over the last few days and last couple of weeks about the Ryder Cup. You're going to hear formally, I believe Thursday, maybe tomorrow, that the Ryder Cup has been officially canceled. Date has been moved to next year. So it looks like the Ryder Cup is going to go back to the odd years which I believe is beneficial to us because it gets us away from the Olympics every 4 years. So that's going to be a big help in regards to television and everything else dealing with Ryder Cup. So I think in that regard, unfortunately, we had to move it, but really the better thing to do at this point, they were going to have, they being up in Wisconsin at Whistling Straits and the PGA, we're going to start constructing or putting together the infrastructure for the event. And rather than get into that and then have to cancel for various reasons, obvious reasons, I should say, then they decided to go ahead and suspend it till next year. Don't know what that's going to do with the eligibility and all that. That will come out later, but that agreement was made with the tour to make that adjustment. So a couple of other things you've read about or will read about, and you know what's going on with within our society recently, and I think Nikki will report on some position changes that we've done, both in regards to COVID-19 monitoring as well as outreach and inclusion, and Nikki will report on that in a few minutes. But there have been a number of things in the PGA news, most notably this morning that you're all aware of the Horton Smith Award. That name will be changed to the PGA Professional Development Award, and Horton Smith's name because of activities when he was involved with the Masters going forward to when he was president of the PGA, and you can read all about that if you wish. And that change will be immediate. We're changing all of our trophies and so on in the section office. We've changed our website to reflect the new name, and of course are asking the chapters to do the same. So a lot of big changes going on out there, and we continue to monitor very closely. We work very closely, continue to work very closely with Craig Kessler of the Southern California Golf Association and the California Alliance for Golf. County by county, things change. Right now, we've not been forced to do anything differently with golf. LA County was going to come out with their new guidelines. They were going to do double riders and golf cars to match the state, but that was put on hold because of the new spike in COVID cases. So we'll see how we go there. And again, to echo what Tony said, continue to set the great example out there, and we appreciate that. Before I sign off, I got one more thing. You're fortunate to have 3 quarter-century members in your chapter. One on the phone. I don't know if David and Nick are in the audience, but Barry Clayton, congratulations on your quarter-century. That's 25 years of being involved and working hard, and congratulations. And David Revelo, and then Nick DeCock is also a quarter-century member, and they've received their letters or will receive their letters and their lapel pin, and then a little note from us as well. So congratulations to the 3 of you, and keep up the great work, and we appreciate all that you've done for 25 years. So Eric, I think that's it for my part, and if there's any questions later on, I'll be happy to respond. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to say too, I'd like to ditto what Tony said. The Desert Chapter, we really do appreciate the section leaders, and you guys have done a wonderful job, and we thank you for that.
Well, thank you. We'll keep it going. Thanks.
So thank you. But this time, if we can have the Assistant Executive Director and COO, Nikki Gatch.
Hi, Eric. Thank you. And hello to all of our friends from the Desert Chapter, my home for so long. So wish we could be together in person, but this is the next best thing. And hope all of you are staying well and healthy and happy. Just a couple other things that Tom didn't touch on. Tony mentioned it, and it was mentioned before on the communication. I really feel like we've done a tremendous job on communication. Speaking from a staff standpoint, our internal communication has been phenomenal. Our external communication to our members, I believe, has been phenomenal. All of the online education we've been able to provide to you, I hope that you've taken advantage of. If there's anything that you have missed, a webinar, a catalyst, coach chat, everything we do is recorded and archived on our SCPGA YouTube channel. So definitely encourage you to take a look there. There were some great webinars that were conducted. We're going to continue with that. As mentioned, the California Nevada chats that we do on Friday have continue to be really well attended. We continue to have phenomenal guest speakers. So encourage you to join on that. That's every Friday at 10 a.m. We will be skipping this Friday for the holiday, but we'll resume next Friday on the 10th. We're continuing with our coach chats bi-weekly on Wednesdays. That's specifically for our instructors and coaches. We have a great guest presenter tomorrow at 11 a.m. Retail Tribe to talk about marketing and engaging with your customers, the importance of a database, the specially discounted program they offer for PGA members since they are now a partner of the PGA of America. So another important webinar. Again, that'll be archived if it doesn't fit into your schedule. A couple of new opportunities that we've created. We've had to get creative with our sponsors and partners to be able to give them the value they deserve, without having events and seminars and educational events that they can attend. We've had to get creative. So we've created what we call a partner preview webinar. So those will be additional opportunities for our partners and sponsors to promote their product and their services directly to you, the members. So take advantage of that. We've already conducted a couple and we're lining up a few more as well. So just another benefit for our sponsors and education for you as well. We talked about best practices and guidelines, certainly back to golf. We've taken it a step further with creating some videos to go along with the written guidelines. We've done that for tournament operations, both our section tournaments and also for our junior tour. And we've also done an instruction video as well. Those are all on the website and on the YouTube channel as well. Just another opportunity to educate you and for you to share those with your teams at your facilities. Speaking of best practices, about 2 months ago now, back in May, it seems so long ago, but we did a collaborative effort with the SCGA on a campaign called Do Your Part, Play Safe. And really it was just to show that, everyone has to come together at this time and do our part, and we were very fortunate that golf was one of the first things to sort of be reintroduced and be opened as an approved outdoor recreation activity, and we want to keep it that way. So there's collateral materials for facilities to post, to remind golfers and even non-golfers of all of the precautions that we're taking to make sure that our game is delivered in a safe environment, and so that we continue to stay open. To that end, Tom mentioned a couple of new responsibilities among our staff. Anthony Leone, who is our player development director, will also serve as a liaison of sorts with our professionals and with our facilities to ensure that you have the proper signage and marketing materials that you would need or want at your facility. Again, to just share with your customers, your golfers, your members, showing them what you're doing, what you and your staff are, the precautions that you're taking to provide a safe environment for them. And again, most importantly, for some of those non-golfers who may not understand, maybe educating for them as well. So Anthony will be out and about visiting facilities and visiting professionals throughout the section, visiting every chapter, and again, just acting as a resource to you and your facility. Another position, Eddie Rodarte, who is a junior tour manager on our team overseeing the junior development tour, the JDT. We also added to his title. It's something that he's been doing for a while, but he'll also be the manager of outreach and inclusion. His main focus for now will be focusing on an initiative that we started about 6 months ago, if not even longer, in the city of Compton. And we've been working with the city and the Compton Unified School District to introduce golf to their 4 high schools within the Compton School District. And we really were hitting a great stride and really making some nice progress. We had close to 50 kids who had really shown some interest in joining the game. Eddie went and visited every school, did a presentation, we did clinics, and we came up with, within the 4 schools, we came up with 50 kids that really showed an interest. We have full sets of equipment ready for them. We had ordered and they arrived shortly after everything closed down. So unfortunately, we're not as far along as we'd like to be or had planned to be at this point, but we're really looking forward to hopefully in the fall when the kids get back to school and get back to campus in some form, that we're able to continue with this very important program that we feel can really make a nice impact in that community. And Eddie will be heading that up. Again, that'll be his primary focus, but continuing with outreach in other communities and just doing our part and doing what we can to introduce the game to everyone. So look for more information on that, and we hope to share the great success that we see there. I think that is about it. I just want to thank Eric for having us. I want to thank Tony for all the nice words that he said about the staff. We appreciate it, and we'll certainly pass that along to everyone else. I know Bryce is on the call. He's done a phenomenal job with all of these webinars and all the great communication that we've been doing through social media and so forth. So Bryce, thank you for that. He is working, we're finishing up our next issue of the program magazine. That will be a digital issue. So you should see that sometime next week in your email box. So kind of a different way of doing it, different format, which I think will be really nice. It was a way for our sponsors, again, to give them another outlet to communicate with you as well. And we've got some great stories in there as well. So thanks so much for your time, Eric.
Hey, thank you, Nikki, very much. So next up, we have Chief Financial and Membership Officer, Jeff Johnson.
Eric, thank you, and thanks to the board of directors and the officers for the opportunity to be with you and all of the nice things that have been said about our wonderful staff. I'm going to share just a few section stats with you. We have 1,330 PGA members in our section currently and 280 associates. That associate number continues to decline. We've been as high as 540 a mere 6 years ago. So there's an alarm bell going off there that we discuss and look seriously at, and certainly hoping that we can reverse this trend. 94% of our section is male and 6% are female. There was a comment earlier about the associates and the fact that the program for PGM has been extended 1 year for each of the 3 levels. We do suspect that that's going to go a long way, as you've seen in the desert, at arresting that suspension rate. And in addition to the suspension rate, it's plaguing San Diego and Metro probably more than any other chapter at this point. We've devised some mentor programs in San Diego that all desert associates are welcome to take advantage of. And Dave, maybe you and I can get together offline and we'll review those names and see if we couldn't do a reach out to have them join that program. We're also going to be launching again the program called Launchpad. It's a weekly opportunity conducted by Eric Mitchell, the president of the Metro chapter, where literally associates can go through their workbook materials on a weekly basis, primarily geared for level 1 associates. And that 1 hour a week, it's amazing how quickly these associates can get through the program and avoid suspension by taking part in these weekly opportunities, and they'll begin again in the fall. The PGM program, again, is so critical to what we do and so very important that we want all associates to know that there's a safety net and that there are people here that are willing and wanting to help. MSR as well, Nikki had mentioned, we've had a significant number of educational opportunities. Over 60 hours in the past 4 months have been available for MSR. We've got a 52% success rate in the section currently. And we've got, gosh, a year's extension there, which has played well for many of our PGA members. So until 2022, we've got the opportunity to complete MSR, and I'm certain that this year is going to be a success in that regard. In addition, our dues have been extended for an additional 6 months. October the 31st is now the deadline for paying PGA and associate dues, which is a wise move on the PGA of America's part, in our opinion, to allow some breathing room for those that are having a difficult time right now. I want to thank Shane for sending all of the special award winners. That program is in full swing. Letters to all of the nominees will be going out tonight and tomorrow. And the special award winners from, excuse me, I said Shane. I wanted to congratulate Shane as the Golf Professional of the Year. I wanted to thank Eric for sending me that list. Forgive me. Because all of the Desert winners of a special award in 2019 will be included in the section awards program. So all of those PGA members will be receiving letters indicating so. And I want to thank Josh for coming on to our special awards committee, chaired by Rob Oosterhouse and Joe Groman. Josh, I'll be sending you some materials, some guidelines, as you now, congratulations, are a part of the section's special awards committee as a representative of the Desert chapter. And we can discuss that in more detail probably tomorrow or the day after. And I'll let Joe Groman and Rob Oosterhouse, both co-chairs of that committee, know of your involvement. I think you're going to enjoy the experience tremendously. So thank you. And finally, just always know that we're here, we're single-minded in our dedication to help in any way we can. And if there's anything any of you need only pick up the telephone. So thank you. Thanks very much, Eric.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And we have one more special guest. We didn't have him on the agenda, but he said he would speak for us tonight, Mr. Ken Farrell.
Thank you, Eric. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for giving me a couple of minutes. My report will be a little bit commercial because there's some things that are benefits to all of you as PGA members that you're either aware of, have a little more information for you, or it could be new information for you. So a couple of things, a couple of jobs. I just spent the week last week in the desert working with the Springs Club. It was 111 degrees out there, so hopefully some of you are getting away a little bit and winding down from the season. But the hiring season in the desert certainly happens around this time of year, so we'll see more and more jobs become available in the desert. There was one that recently came available at O'Donnell Golf Course. That's on the job board. That is a GM/head professional position with shop ownership. So go to the job board on pga.org to view that one if you would. Club Corp just reached out to us about a position available at Mission Hills. And I think that's tied to player development, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have that one out shortly. So we're starting to see some activity out there in the hiring season, and we'll go from there. PGA.coach, I think most of you know that if you complete the ADM model, American Development Model, that you'll be able to go on to PGA.coach and fill out your profile. And the purpose of the profile is so that people can find you when they're looking for golf lessons. You also get 3 MSR credits for that. I mentioned the PGA job board. You know, most of you have received your jobs from Career Links, and Career Links is going away permanently here very shortly. We're trying to get everybody to complete their profile, which is 6 questions on pga.org. If you log in, you'll see at the top job profile. Just click on that, or excuse me, job preferences. Click on that and answer those 6 questions if you would, and then you'll start to get job postings into your account manager on your pga.org account. So please do that. Let's see. Retail Tribe, Nikki mentioned Retail Tribe. We do have a partnership with Retail Tribe. They are going to do a catalyst, and I just see something about it that I'll read to you real quick. Members can receive part of the partnerships under Retail Tribe's most popular plan. It's $120 a year, and PGA members will receive their own consumer marketing platform to communicate with their database of golfers, fans, and followers, with 12 player development campaigns per year with at least 60 player development articles that can be automatically distributed through web, email, and social feeds. And so that's a benefit that's available to you. I would go watch the Catalyst, learn more about that, and see if that's something that fits you. Today is actually the final day it was the final day to sign up for the free, no cost lifelong learning program, which is specialization. We had 110 people sign up for it in the section. And so congratulations to all of you that took advantage to get specialized in teaching and coaching, golf operations, and executive management. Keep in mind that you have to be specialized, and then there's some other criteria. I think it's 5 years to move on to certification now. So hopefully you're getting through that program. And if you have any struggles, give me a call and let me know how I can help you. PGA Journey is an interactive mentor program. We have professionals across the country who have signed up and are available to talk to you, and you'll learn their journey into the different career fields, teaching and coaching, executive management, golf operations. I know that was a great help to me in my career, getting around and listening to other people that were in other areas of interest of mine, so I could learn a little bit more about those positions, what the opportunities are, what the compensation included, what the path was, what education skills and abilities were required as well. Member Assistance Program, the MAP program, it's a $5 charge, and it actually, what it does is it provides you with counseling for any of the life challenges, demands that come along with regards to balancing your home and work. Support Link is the group that's involved with us. It's confidential. They provide professional counseling for personal and work-related concerns, including short-term counseling, legal and financial consultation, dependent care, referrals, technology-based resources, $5 a pop. So that's a pretty nice service that's available to us for sure. I heard this the other day, Golf Retirement Plus, that each year you'll need to update your account. There may be money, and there is money sitting in with the PGA of America that is owed to PGA members, but it's sitting in this account waiting to be distributed to you or to those that have yet to update their account. So if you haven't done it in a while, go to PGA Retirement Plus, update your account. There may be some money there for you. Here's a telephone number if you want to talk to a Golf Retirement Plus specialist. It is 833-742-7587, or you can always reach out to me and I'll get you there for sure. So let's see, PGA Perk Spot. Hopefully you're using PGA Perk Spot, or at least looking at all of the different merchants that have different discounted items for you. Companies that include Wireless, Sprint, Apple, Samsung, Costco, Target, National Car Rental, KitchenAid, Omega. Anyway, you can go on to pga.org, click on Perk Spot, and find out who all of the participating companies are, and make sure you're taking advantage of those discounts. Let me see, Eric. I think that probably covers the extent of the information I have. I am always available to everybody. I think last week I spent time going to the desert. I'll probably be heading there again soon. If you want to get together, we'll social distance over lunch and talk about your career. We can always do video chat as well. I'm here to help you any way, shape, or form I can. So thanks for letting me serve you, and thank you to the Board of Directors for giving me a chance to speak. Eric?
Ken, thank you very much for your time, and thank you to all our guest speakers. Wonderful tonight. So at this time, if I could have the board members jump back on here. Any old business? Nobody? Any new business? Alex, any questions out there?
Not really questions, but comments. Everyone wants to, people want to know how they can get Colin's backdrop for their webinars in the future.
Very well done. Very well done. So at this time, I have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So once again, from our Desert Chapter Board of Directors, we want to thank everybody for coming today and listening. And once again, I hope everybody stays safe and healthy. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.